find him a nice little round one he can carry in his mouth. There we go. Just walking along here, and you see just all this stuff here. But as I was coming along, it becomes the most random of places. Let me know. So as you come up these steps, hello fellow walking toolers, and we've come out today to a place called Wrabness Nature Reserve. I'm just going to come through this gate. Oh, nice squeaky one. Dogs are very excited to be here. Now this trail we're going to go on takes you through the scrub and grassland habitats to provide stunning views of the Stour estuary. So we're in Essex. Walk the estuary view trail in spring and summer for the chance to hear purring of a turtle dove and the crescendo trills and whistles of the nightingale. Meadow brown, gatekeeper and orange tip butterflies flutter through the path, while at dusk you might spot a barn owl patrolling the grassland. The Stour estuary provides an ideal feeding ground for wading birds throughout the year. The curlew, lapwing and oystercatcher can be seen from many coastal wildlife hides along the trail, joined by a large number of dark-bellied Brent geese, which feed on short grasses over the winter months. Now we're here in March, so I don't know what we're going to see out of all of those, but we'll see what we can see and enjoy the walk. And today I've got Bonnie with me, my Bernie Doodle, and my two springers, Bixie and Bumble. So we are parked here. We're going to be coming along here, but we're not going to do this circular walk. We're going to just head to the beach and walk along the River Stour on this lovely bit of beach here, because the dogs love the water and enjoy. You can find out more if you scan that barcode. If you want to come here, you can find out more about it, and the Essex Wildlife Trust who run these areas, which is there. Okay, let's go. So there's Bumble out enjoying himself already. Tail never stops wagging. There's Bixie looking at the horses. Horses are getting a groom over there, which is rather lovely. Look at those beautiful horses. Stunning. Morning. Come on, Bixie. Good girl. Come on, Bonnie. Good girl. There's Bonnie. There she is. Bonnie. Good girl. My daughter's beautiful Bernie Doodle. She's a great dog. Whew, certainly a chilly one again, but stunning when the blue skies are out. We've got a bit of cloud cover today, but it's just perfect walking conditions really, so you don't get too hot and bothered. And the good thing when it's colder, you can just wrap up, can't you? Put different layers on. Now I choose these walks because I'm a person of limited ability in terms of how far I can walk before I have to stop and rest. I always choose walks that I know I can get back to the car if need be over time, but also slightly less challenging walks, let's put it that way, but ones also that the dogs love. So I'm still out in nature, still enjoying it, but manageable, which is always a good thing. And yeah, come along, hope you enjoy it. Now after you park the car up at the Wrabness Nature Reserve car park, you take this kind of roadway. It looks like a little roadway, it's not. It's there's no cars allowed down here, not that I know of anyway. I've never seen any. And you take this walk until you get to a bit more off-road kind of walking, but it's still quite an easy easy walk to the beach. Now along this route you'll find little hides where people can bird watch and wildlife watch, and we're just coming up to one now, and there's a big box over there, and I think it's for owls. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you know your stuff. I'm just going to show you them over there. I don't know if you can see them on this camera because they don't zoom, do they? Just here. Just by there we've got this hide. I'm just going to show you inside it. So you just come in like this, and then you sit down and look out with your binoculars over the fields. And imagine as springtime starts to come, that'll become a lot more filled with some of the birds that I mentioned earlier. Good girl. Bonnie! Here she comes. I do like to go off exploring. So I've never been this way before. Just going to take these couple of steps up here. I think it's just like a picnic area where you can sit. It's probably part of the circular trail that I showed you on the map at the beginning. God, look at this old bench. I do like see an old bench on my videos, don't I? And this one's in memory of Harold Sweeney. And that bench has been here. Oh, he died in Australia in 1999, 26 years ago. That's an old bench. How exciting, talking about benches. Oh dear. Right, so this leads to other trails. So you can choose how long you want to be down here again and where you want to go. I know where I'm going. I'm going to go through that walkway down there and then head to the estuary, show you guys the Stour, and let the dogs enjoy the water as well. So like I said, the main walkways are very all ability friendly. This one here, you've got steps that can bring you up, but it's also got a ramp been put in as well for if you're in a wheelchair or on a mobility scooter or something like that. So yeah, it's very good for all the abilities. So the trail brings you off through here, so it comes off the main kind of concrete walkway into a more rural walk. You come through here. Look at these lot, always exploring. These two adore each other. You getting excited? I can tell when you're getting excited. They get all silly. Now this bit here, as you come across here, there's been a water pipe leaking for donkey's years, so it's always really boggy on this tiny little bit here. Let me show you. So there's the pipe, and then it goes like this, which is why I always wear my boots. That wasn't too bad today actually. Sometimes that can be really bad. So as you come up these steps, this is the view you come out onto. Looks like the tide's out a little bit. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And then we're just going to follow this path around until we get to where we want to be. Out of all my dogs, Bixie is the most biggest one to explore. She'll go off and look at every little thing she can, so I do have to keep my eye on her sometimes. I hope the wind's not too loud. It's a little bit windy up here. Yeah, she can go off exploring, so I keep my eye on her. She doesn't go away to where I can't see her, but with Bumble he stays with me and keeps his eye out for me. You see where the tide's gone out here. It leaves very deep flats of mud, which can be quite challenging in Essex actually. I remember when I was growing up we used to have boats, and my dad used to love boats. Bonnie, come on! And one day me and my brother, we jumped off of our little yellow boat we had. I bet she's got muddy. Oh, her feet are muddy. She's been down there. We jumped off the boat and we went into the mud, and it literally started to take us. I think by the time my dad could pull me out, and I was getting panicky, I remember, never forget it. I was probably about 10 years old, maybe younger than that, maybe 8. And I was up to nearly up my shoulders before he managed to pull me out, which was petrifying. So since then I've always been a little bit more wary of the Essex mud around the estuaries and around the coastline. So here we are on the beautiful beach of Wrabness, and being a nature reserve, the wildlife can be mostly birds. You get the odd seals and things like that come along, but the dogs love it here. Lovely area for them to run around, especially with the tide out slightly today. There's a lot more space for them. Sometimes it's just this little bit up here where the water's right up, and you get some of these massive bits of driftwood. Look at that. You want to hit that if you're in a boat, would you? Look at the size of that. It's all burnt on one side as well, interestingly enough. And you've got these tiny little, I'm not going to call them cliff faces because they're only about 20 foot high, but can you see all the holes? Let me see if I can get you closer. Hold on, let's get this thing out. All these little bird holes where the birds nest. See those? So they'll all be thriving soon with all the birds starting to nest. Quite a protected area for them as well, to be honest. It's very good. Now Bumble loves to play with a stone. He loves carrying something. He really enjoys that. You've probably seen that on other videos that I've done. So I'm just going to find him a nice little round one he can carry in his mouth. There we go. Let's get you this one. Bumble, ready? Going in. There he goes. And he'll carry that around now quite happily. So the other dogs like to chase the balls and chase each other, but he just quite happily walk along with that. He's got the ball at the moment. Bixie's following her because she wants it back. And then look, you find little things like this. What could that mean? It means that a kid's come along and done a circle with some stones in it.
You think you got the best of me, but just because I'm giving you my love for free, are things not for real? You've been telling everyone about us, but you are not the only one I call for.
The others don't do that, but she has to climb up the cliff, have a little look around. Being Bixie, here she goes. Don't you? Checking out what's in all the holes. She's funny. She is the typical Springer Spaniel. Up she goes, look. You nutter. Oi, this way. Don't go right up. Come on. Bixie. Crazy dog.
Come on.
Now as you walk along here, there's a lot of private residents which have bought beach homes, I suppose they are, beach huts, beach homes, but they're put on stilts, so when the tide comes in it can actually come up right underneath the properties. So that must be absolutely beautiful when you're staying in one of those and you see the sea coming right in. Must be really nice. So I'm just going to head down here a little bit. I don't know if you can hear this in the background. We've got those geese that I was telling about when I was reading the sign. They're all just mooching in the water at the moment. Hopefully the dogs won't try and go over. There's some sinking mud around here. I'll keep watching. Oh, bloody hell. My foot just went right down. Yeah, from here I think. Coming back to a bit sandy bit now. So the geese are moving away a little bit, but you can see them just here. But probably on this camera it's not good. I'm going to need to get a long lens camera so I can cut in on the wildlife, I think. That'd be better. There you go, they're taking off. Can you see them? See if we get a little bit of a zoom. Down a bit. There's a lot here actually. It's starting to migrate here now. Now it's sort of early springtime. A bit more reluctant to throw anything in. It's a bit chilly. If they want to go in, they can. Bumble's going in for a paddle. So you can see the houses on stilts along here, and they go all the way along this bit here. So it must be lovely on a hot summer's day, sitting out looking over the estuary. Beautiful. Look, we've got beautiful sunshine today. Look at that breaking through. It's a little bit breezy down here, so I hope you can hear me all right. It.
Like a train, you'll hear me coming from 100 miles away. I don't ever remember running as fast as when I'm after you to stay. When I tell you that I promise, that's exactly what I mean. It's you, yeah, it's always been you, and everyone around can see. It's true, yeah, it's a dream come true, that you're the only one for me. And darling, you're proof that we're always gonna make it through. Cause you only wanna be with me, and I only wanna be with you. Oh, yeah, I only wanna be with you. Like a storm cloud in the distance, you can feel me moving in.
I love it when the tide's been in and out and it leaves these ripples in the sand. It looks amazing, doesn't it? Hey Bonnie, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's always been you, and everyone around can see. It's true, yeah, it's a dream come true.
So it's a beautiful walk along here today, but whew, that wind is absolutely cutting. Gets right through you. Luckily my jacket's keeping it out, but my hands, oh, should have put my hat on as well, but never mind. You live and learn. We've pretty much got the beach to ourselves, to be honest. It's we met a lovely couple along the way who had a 16-year-old dog with them and a little buggy for it because it can't obviously walk very far now, and they were absolutely lovely. So hello to you if you're going to watch the channel, you said you would do. And that's pretty much it. We saw another couple walking their dog, and now we've got the whole area to ourselves. All of this all to ourselves. Woohoo! Just how I like it. So as you come along the beach, it gets after you've left the houses on stilts behind, it starts to get a little bit more rural. And as you can see here, the banks have fallen away a little bit and the trees have come down as the banks have come down. So you've got all this this one here amazes me. Look at that tree is just hanging on. Let's get underneath and have a little look. It says unsafe tree. No shit, Sherlock. Look, all the roots hanging off. That's going to come down at some point, isn't it? Come crashing to the ground. Now, I've stopped along the way, but there's not a lot of shelter from this cold wind, so I was going to make a drink down here and sit for a bit, but I think I'm going to find somewhere a bit more sheltered when we head back towards the car. Don't really want to sit in the cold wind, that's pointless. But we'll get along as far as I can here before we head back down to the car, and then decide what I'm going to do. The mud's getting a bit sinky here. I nearly lost the boot along the way a minute ago. I wasn't videoing at the time, and it sunk right in, which is a bit hairy. I thought I was going to lose my boot and then walk back without a boot on, which wouldn't have been much fun. Can't rate this place highly enough though. It's just a nice walk if you've got dogs or not. You can get out and have a little meander along. I know in the warmer weather I've actually been in for a swim last year. It was just nice. Bumble was in swimming, so I thought I'm going to get in with him, so I did. Now I think we have to be careful along here because as far as I can see the tide comes up pretty high. Can you see where the weeds are and the seaweed is and the way the tide goes? And I think the tide's starting to come back in, so we're going to have to be very careful we don't get cut off and have to try and come out a different way. So I'm going to go a little bit further along and then probably start heading back to where we're in a bit of a safe zone where the water doesn't come up quite so high and we can enjoy it down that way. But yeah, look at this. You see the sun breaking through up there? Certainly not a warm sun, I'll tell you that. So as with a lot of Britain, the land's eroding a little bit. That's why a lot of these areas have all got rock fall and tree fall. Look at these beaches. On a hot sunny day you can't get any better than that anywhere in the world, can you? It's amazing. Just got talking to a lovely couple with a Labrador, and Bonnie had a really good play. I don't always film those sort of interactions because some people don't like being on camera, do they? So I just turn the camera off and have a little chat. Oh, the sun's coming out, thank the Lord. It is so cold down here this morning. The wind is bitter. We're going to start to head back now because we're kind of coming to the end, and you can see Harwich Docks in the distance over there. There you can see them, but yeah, they're over there somewhere. And we're going to start to head back now. I bet they retail for a lot of money nowadays. It's like a prime site like this. It's, yeah, I bet they're worth a fortune. I think being someone who loves Jesus, I always see the cross in the most strangest of places. So just walking along here and you see just all this stuff here, but as I was coming along it becomes a cross, and I just think that's God's way of showing me that, you know, let me know that I'm saved, I'm in his loving arms and all that sort of thing. But is it the same for you if you were a Christian, or if you see things you love, do you see those things in the most random of places? Let me know.
I'm not heading for the stars, driving down the boulevard at night, playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by. And it doesn't even matter to me where I go, I just feel I need to take a ride. Got my coffee cup to go, and I'm gonna hit the road tonight. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go.
What have you brought me? It's got a rock with a big bit of seaweed hanging off of it. What have you got? Look at that. Go on in. Go get it. Go get it. Hello. You brought me your ballie. Ready? Go. Right, onwards and upwards. Try and get up. Oh. It's rubbish getting old, isn't it? That's why I won't let it stop me. Can't let it stop me. Got to keep getting out and about. You can see more bank erosion here where it's starting to collapse a little bit, and we're back at the steps to come off the beach. Oh, gonna tackle getting up these now. Made it to the top. So we're just coming to the end of the walk now. I'm absolutely trashed, I have to say. think I might have overdone it today. Hope you've enjoyed coming along for the walk, seeing the beautiful scenery of Wrabness and seeing the dogs having a good time. If you like my videos, then please leave a like and subscribe. That would be absolutely wonderful. And until the next time, see you then.